Welcome to Preventive Pulse Podcast. Today we'll be taking a deep dive into a topic that I think is absolutely fascinating, the conscious and subconscious mind. And we'll be drawing on the work of Dr. Mahesh Hukmani, MBBS, MS, and specifically his insights from conscious versus the subconscious mind. We're going to try to uncover how understanding this kind of hidden world within us can really unlock some incredible personal growth. I mean, it's pretty amazing when you think about it.
Yeah, it is. It's something that we often just go through life not realizing how much influence it really has over us, right?
Right. It's like we're only aware of the tip of the iceberg.
Exactly.
Dr. Hukmani actually points out that like 90% of our mind is subconscious.
It's what?
That's huge.
Yeah.
It's this vast hidden control center that's driving so much of what we do.
It really is. It's not just passive either.
Right.
It's constantly at work shaping our perceptions and our experiences.
So let's break this down a little bit.
Yeah.
How would we even begin to define the conscious and subconscious minds?
Sure. Well, you can think of your conscious mind as like the analytical part of you, right? It's the rational part of you.
Okay.
It's what you use for your short-term memory, like for your everyday thoughts that you're aware of and, making decisions.
Those like the captain of the ship making choices, charting the course.
Exactly. And then you have the subconscious is like the engine room. Okay. So it's where all the memories are stored, all those deep-seated beliefs that we have and habits that we just can't seem to break and those emotions. And it's a powerhouse, It's operating behind the scenes, and it's influencing your reactions and your behaviors in ways that you might not even realize.
It's funny you should mention habits.
Yeah.
Because I was reading in Dr. Hukmani's work about how sometimes our subconscious keeps us stuck in routines.
Yeah, that's right.
Even when we know they're not really serving us anymore. Like, I know I should be going to bed earlier, but subconsciously, I just want to stay up late, scroll through my phone.
It's like we're on autopilot, isn't it? Yeah.
And it doesn't operate on logic the same way our conscious mind does. So, it's more about feelings and those deeply ingrained patterns.
So it's not just storing those memories, it's actively shaping how we experience the world and how we react to it.
Absolutely.
It really makes you wonder, what kind of programs are running in our subconscious minds that we might not even be aware of.
That's a great question. And it leads us to, I think, the real powerful thing about understanding this is we can actually work with it.
Okay, now that's a powerful thought. So how do we start to even tap into that potential?
Yeah, that's the question. I think that's the question.
How do we tap into that potential? It can feel a little overwhelming, to be honest.
Yeah, I think at first it's like, how do we do this right? But Dr. Hukmani actually has this really brilliant analogy about a gardener in a garden.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. How's that one go again? So imagine that your conscious mind is the gardener, and they're carefully planting seeds. These seeds are like your thoughts, right? Your intentions, the things that you're consciously focusing on. Now, the subconscious mind, that's the fertile ground where those seeds actually take root and grow.
Okay, so what we consistently plant in our minds, through our thoughts, actions, even our beliefs, that's all going to blossom eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're programming our subconscious, right?
Right.
So it's pretty powerful when you think about it.
Yeah, it is a powerful realization. I mean, so we're not just at the mercy of like past experiences or negative thought patterns. We can actively try to shape our subconscious to support our goals and our well-being.
Exactly. And that's where it gets really exciting.
That is a game changer. But how do we actually do that? How do we reprogram those deep-seated beliefs and habits?
Well, one of the things that Dr. Hukmani talks about is this healing code therapy, which is really interesting. Well, it's a technique that focuses on identifying and releasing what they call trapped emotions, which are often the root of a lot of negative patterns that we see in our lives.
Trapped emotions.
Yeah.
What are those?
Okay. So imagine you have a painful experience, right? Like a childhood trauma or a really bad breakup. Those events can actually leave behind an emotional residue that gets stored in the subconscious.
Okay.
And even if you've, consciously moved on, those emotions might still be influencing your thoughts and behaviors, even your physical health.
Interesting. It's like they're creating energetic blocks that prevent us from moving forward.
That's a good way to visualize it, yeah. So healing code therapy uses specific, energy-focused techniques that help you identify and release those trapped emotions. It's not about, reliving the past. It's more about gently clearing those blocks so that you can experience more freedom and joy in your life.
So it's like we're able to go into the source code of our operating system.
Yeah.
And like make some positive edits.
I like that, yeah.
And I think what's really interesting is Dr. Hukmani also points out that the subconscious isn't just about like fixing what's broken.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's also the source of our creativity, our intuition, that sense of connection to something greater than ourselves.
Absolutely. That's one of the beautiful things about working with the subconscious is we're not just addressing those limitations, but we're actually tapping into our full potential, right?
Right. Imagine being able to just access that wellspring of creativity and intuition more freely.
Right. Exactly.
So it's like this power within us just waiting to be unleashed.
It is.
But it takes that awareness and intention to actually start working with it.
It does, yeah.
This makes me think about how we were talking about the power of repetition.
Yeah.
You know, by consistently feeding our minds with like those positive thoughts, beliefs, affirmations, we can actually rewire those old programs, those unhelpful ones, slowly start to kind of replace them.
It's like creating a muscle, right? So the more that you practice those positive thought patterns, the stronger those neural pathways become. And over time, those new patterns start to override the old ones. You know, it's not always easy,
right?
But it's definitely possible.
This whole conversation has been really insightful. I feel like I'm seeing myself and my own thought patterns in like a whole new light.
I agree. It's a journey of self-discovery, right?
Yeah.
And empowerment.
I love that. It's not about becoming somebody else.
No.
It's about uncovering the best version of ourselves, which is already there.
Exactly. And this is just the beginning, you know? There's so much more to explore and discover about the incredible power of the subconscious mind.
So where do we go from here? What can our listeners actually do to start applying some of this knowledge about the subconscious mind?
You know, if I could give just one piece of advice, it would be to start paying attention to the stories you tell yourself.
Okay.
Those inner narratives, those beliefs that you have about who you are and what you're capable of, those have a huge impact on how your life unfolds, right?
Absolutely. It's like we all have these scripts playing in the background, kind of shaping our thoughts and our emotions and actions.
Exactly. And the thing is, we're often not even aware of them, you know? But once you start to bring those subconscious beliefs into the light of awareness, you can start to question them.
Okay.
Like, is this story really true? Is it serving me? Or is it just some old program that's holding me back?
So it's about becoming the editor of your own story.
Exactly. You have the power to rewrite the script, create a new story that empowers you and that's aligned with your values and aspirations.
I love that.
And it might sound a little strange, but even small changes in your self-talk can make a big difference.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like instead of saying, I'm so bad at this, you might say, I'm learning and I'm getting better every day.
Yeah, like those subtle shifts can really make a difference.
Exactly. Those subtle shifts in your internal dialogue can actually have a ripple effect on your subconscious and gradually, you know, replace those limiting beliefs with more empowering ones.
So it's about paying attention to those internal whispers, those gut feelings, those recurring patterns that, you know, might be holding us back a little bit.
Absolutely. It's about cultivating a deeper understanding of your own inner landscape.
Yeah.
You know, becoming more aware of those subconscious programs that are running in the background. And then, you know, you can start to work with them instead of against them.
This whole deep dive has been incredible, by the way.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff, isn't it?
I feel like I'm seeing myself, my own thought patterns in like a totally new light.
That's the beauty of it.
It is.
You know, it's a journey of self-discovery and empowerment.
Yeah.
And the more you learn about this interplay between the conscious and the subconscious, the more equipped you become to shape your reality.
And a huge thank you to Dr. Mahesh Hukmani for his work in this area, conscious versus the subconscious mind. It's really a great guide to unlocking your full potential.
It is, yeah. It reminds us that we all have this incredible capacity for transformation.
For sure.
And growth. It's right there within us, waiting to be discovered.
So to our listeners, we leave you with this question. What subconscious programs might be running in the background of your life? What stories are you telling yourself? What seeds are you planting in the garden of your mind? And take some time to reflect on these questions because your journey of self-discovery starts now.
It's a lifelong journey, but each step we take towards understanding our minds brings us closer to living a more fulfilling and joyful life.
Until next time, keep diving deep.